Hail Karuga!
Kapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5. Kapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Monday, November 27th, 2023. And kissing Dax right at the start. Thank you so much, John Araki, with a 99-cent Super Poop Super Sticker and a kissing Dax that came through. Granted, a couple of minutes before the stream officially began, but replayed it there for you guys, as it was quite the surprise when it came through. Surprise again for everybody. Thank you, John Araki. Jedi Bill, first in the chat after my test, says, Kapla, brother warrior, Birdo Prey 5, and all should hail Karoga. Thank you, Jedi Bill. Jim's Landscape LLC says, hello and hail Birdo Prey 5, and a link to his sorry remastered video. Thank you, Jim. Bradley Briggs says, Zup, y'all. Zup, Bradley. Kronos is in the house. Says, pre-Kapla. And I was given a gift. Woohoo. Yes. Kronos was one of the many gifted a subscriber, gifted a channel membership last week. Thank you. Welcome. Kronos. Kronos is a big thank you to, I'm sure, to LDG. Jedi Bill says, hey, Kronos, LDG gifted that one. Yes, he did. And Jedi Bill says, Kapla to LDG, hashtag free the net, is a great man, says Jedi Bill, with the Karoga emojis, and Birdo Prey 5 rant, and the newest crystal skull emojis. Kronos says, hey, brother warrior. And he says, thank you, Pickles. Must be the holiday season. Bird will be late. Well, no. John Araki says, YouTube is issuing me a refund for my last membership gift. Birdo Prey 5 has reached full saturation. I'm so glad to hear that, John Araki, because I did go and check on it. And yeah, there were there were no new subscribers after you very generous purchase of I believe it was 10 subscribers, but there was no one left to subscribe. Although after you purchased your 10, Jedi Bill purchased one, and that one did go through to Jeff B. So yeah, for whatever reason, YouTube does not save them. I am happy that you get a refund, since they obviously did not go through. But congrats to everybody who did get their memberships through LDG. I assume he will get a partial refund, since his last one was not totally spent. And John Araki puts in 4, 3, 4. There are 4 crystal skulls. And Kronos says, Bird loves the crystal skull. False. John Araki, hashtag Kronos. And then I asked, did they tell you that, John Araki? Are they refunding you? He confirmed, yes. Yes, they did. Kronos says, I had a wee bit of Kronos says, I had a wee bit of a bought, but am better. I think there was a typo there. LDG is waving at hashtag free the net. Welcome, LDG. Kronos says, hey. Jim's Landscape says, hail to LDG. John Gill, hey, John, says, hello, people, and those who try to be. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Thank you, 47 Yorktown. Schwario says, Plowbird, I hope you and the family are doing well today. Thank you, Schwario. Hope you're doing well. Yvette says, good evening, Bird, and everyone. Good evening to the lovely Yvette. Captain Fandom Nerd, hello, Captain, says, hello, staples are out as of today. Ouch, but better out than in. I hope you are mending well, Captain. I hope you are mending well. My thoughts are with you. John Araki says, Bird, yes, they didn't say why in their email, but they did say I'm being issued a refund in that amount. So YouTube does issue refunds. That is good to know. Good to know. And it's all automatic. Okay. Schwaria, and they didn't tell us that the embarrassing reason is we've already given away as many memberships as we possibly could. Yeah. Anyone else who hasn't gotten a membership at this point has just not given permission to receive one. Schwario says, hello, you all. I don't doubt it. Jim's Landscape says, hail the Captain. Fandom Nerd. Kronos' Bird is going to be near on time. Yes, I was. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Miss Lodell's Groovy Movie says, Kapla. Kapla, Miss Lodell. Captain Fandom Nerd says, hi to Commodore Boone Productions. Or Commodore Productions. Melted Copper, Kapla Melted Copper, says, what does God need with a starship? Schwario says from now on it's going to be under one roof. We, the people. Kronos says hey to Melted. And everything jumped. Everything jumped. LDG says, a feel-good day so far. I hope the same for you. That's good. That is good. Jedi Bill says hello to Captain Phantom Nerd. Hope you are feeling well. Absolutely. Kronos says, we the Kurogans. If you want to be Kronos, there is room in Kurogan for you. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, Kapla lurking. Kapla, Gorilla. LDG says, intro never gets old. Well, it's getting a little old. Kronos says, poor orphan miners. Orphan miner miners. Jim's Landscape says, hail to Gorilla. Melted Copper says, howdy, folks. It's my after birthday. No one seems to celebrate their aftermath day. Is they one day after your birthday? When was your birthday? Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Melted Copper. I apologize if I missed your birthday. I'd love to sing you happy birthday. Let me know when it was. If you let me know when your birthday was, then I will assume that is you agreeing to me singing you happy birthday. Jedi Bill says hail to Gorilla. Schwario says you're going to run it like a business. And Kronos says hey to Nicole. Bird was late. I wasn't late. Words and Pictures says Kapla Bird. Good to hear you. Good to be here. Good to have you here. Words and Pictures. Kronos says gay gal kissing right off the bat. Yes, well, some days are luckier than others. Hakeem says, hail bird, Aroga, and chat. Kapla, Hakeem. Kronos says, hey to words. And John Aragi yells, booyah. Yes, booyah indeed. Kronos says, hey to Hakeem. Kronos says, hey, why so cool? They don't want you? No, they want everything. They want everybody. Hakeem says, hail to Kronos. John Araki says, premature ejaculation. Indeed. Kronos says, I forgot about the alpacas. Jedi Bill says, hello, Words and Pictures. Brother Warrior. Words and Pictures says, hey to Kronos. Schwario says, Vertebrae 5, how about Bikini Dax? I don't see a gift for Bikini Dax. I have to look for one. Was she in a bikini in the Risa episode? I thought she was in a one piece. Words and Pictures says Bill Bundy. Bill Buddy. Keely Chow says, hey to everybody. Hey, Keely. Kronos says, I think I said thank you to Pickle. Absolutely you did. Keely Chow says, what's going on? Hey, Keely. It's National Turtle Day. Yes, Keely Chow says, happy National Turtle Day. I'm going to tell you guys, today is National Turtle Day. There's two things I think of when I think of National Turtle Day. One is that kid, that meme kid, who's just like on the news, and they're asking him like, oh, what about this? And he just says, I like turtles. You know what I'm talking about. I like turtles, kid. I get it. He's a kid. He's on the news, and he thinks you just tell the news anything that you think is really important. And the most important news that kid had to spread was that he liked turtles. And you know what? I'm not mad. It was the most innocent and honest piece of reporting I had ever seen in my entire life. The most honest piece of reporting I had ever seen in my entire life. The kid just wanted to express to the world that he liked turtles. I like turtles. Good for you, kid. Good for you. But let me tell you, the saddest story I have ever heard deals with a pet turtle. And we're going to get into it in a few minutes. It is a heart fucking breaker. It is a heartbreaker on National Turtle Day. And no, it's not the day that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got, covered in toxic waste and became mutant Ninja Turtles. That was not today. I mean, if it was today, it was pure coincidence. It was certainly not the holiday to commemorate the Ninja Turtles. Keely Chow says, in my Nina Infinity voice, turtle love. And a turtle and a heart emoji. Schwario says, how about nude Dax? How about that, Schwario? Do you have a new? I don't have a nude Dax video. I don't have a nude Dax GIF. But if somebody does, I'd be curious. Kronos' Tube U is a joke. Jedi Bill says, hey to you, hey to Keely Chow. Roll Tide, brother. Warrior, roll tide. Carlo Albanese is here and says hi and hope everyone is as well as can be. And hail Karoga. Hail Karoga, Carlo. Bradley Briggs says YouTube gives out memberships to viewers who have been on recently within a certain time limit. Then yeah, apparently it refunds the leftovers. Not Ryan Johnson says hello and kapla. Hail Karoga. Chrono says, I'm a sexy man nurse the woman nurses want to play doctor with. Really, Chrono. Carlo says, I finally got the chance to catch a bed life. Thank you, Carlo. Yes, it seems like it's been a while, Carlo. Carlo Albanese. We missed you. Chrono says, hey to Carlo. And hey to Bradley. And hey to Ryan. Carlo Albanese puts in the custom emojis, the bird of prey, mom o' prey, sister o' prey, nephew o' prey, sassy, and a hug. A beautiful hug. Kronos, he says. Kronos says, I'm already here. Keely Chow with the number 5, General Chang, Mom O'Prey, Nephew O'Prey, Bird O'Prey, Hoka, and rant emojis. And then the Bird O'Prey symbol, the Karogan flag, sassy, tribble, sis O'Prey, alpaca, and crystal skull emojis. All the custom emojis. Carlo Albanese says, how embarrassing. It's just Kronos everywhere. Schwario says, Bird O'Prey 5, caffeine gives you wings. No. That's, what's that? The drink. The drink gives you wings. 47 New York Times says, oh, hello, Kronos. Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings? No, not Red Bull. Shit. Something else. 47 New York Times says, oh, hi. Kronos, did not see you earlier. Monster? No, not Monster gives you wings. Wow. Carlos says, hey to Captain. Gilly Chow says, hello to Captain Fandom Nerd. Carlo Albanese says, hey to Bill. Bill says, Kapla to Carlo. Kapla. Karoga, brother warrior. Hail, Karoga, brother warrior. Kronos puts in all the custom emojis, as does Jedi Bill. John Gill says to Shrario, hey, how pointless for a bird. Carlo Albanese says LDG, longest day guidance. Kronos says hey to Gil, who says hey to Kronos. Shrario says, John Gill, what are you talking about? John Gill says birds already have wings. That is true. Kronos says Londell is here. He is. Carlo Albanese says, would we have a chance to say a quick hi to Mamo Prey? Or is she getting ready for something? Mamo Prey. Hi. There she goes. Mamo Prey just said a quick hi. Quick hi. Kronos says YouTube is cheating like bird. Carlo Albanese says Sunday. Birdo Prey 5 might eat the out-of-date spam. Mamo Prey saved for us. Mamo Prey says, don't worry, she can't find it. I think it's in the, I think you know where it is. It's in the top shelf on the back. She can't reach it. She'd have to climb a 6-foot ladder to get to it. And still use the grabber to get to it. Hemorrhoids Hurts says, good morning, my friend. Good to see you. Still kicking. Now come play Modern Warzone 3 Zombies with me. Modern Warzone 3. Is that a thing? I'm sorry, I don't have any Call of Duty still installed. Chrono says, I shall and never will be a Karogan. Wow, Chrono. That's very, very tough words to hear. Carlo Albanese says, we the people demand bed life. It's a stream by Birdo Prey 5. Thank you, Carlo. Chrono says, hey to Hertz. Last Son of K says, Kapla Bird, the O praise, and the chat. I hope everyone had a great weekend and are having a great day. Is it already? The weekend's already over, huh? It is. It's Monday. Kronos says, hey to Last Son. And Last Son of K says, hey to Kronos. Hemorrhoids Hurt says, hello, chat. It's been hard to catch live streams on my schedule. Well, thank you for coming. Melted Copper says, Jerry Ryan must have been confused. She wasn't supposed to make out with someone in Picard season 3. She was sort of like a character. Jerry Ryan must have been confused. She wasn't supposed to make out. She wasn't supposed to make out with someone in Picard season 3. She was sort of like a character. And Kronos says she was in One Piece. Positive Candor says, Kapla, happy Cyber Monday. Happy Cyber Monday, Positive Candor. Anti-Derivative Jill says, hello, listening and driving. Well, please listen and drive safely, Anti-Derivative Jill. What, Mamo Prey? Yeah, Mamo Prey is pointing out, Positive Candor pointed this out. It is indeed Cyber Monday, but Mamo Prey has not purchased a single thing. I purchased things, but it actually came early. It came yesterday. And I didn't purchase it for Cyber Monday. it was just going to be by chance that I purchased it for Cyber Monday, but it ended up being delivered on Sunday anyway. And it was just a replacement remote control for the Roku TV, the TV that has a Roku built in. Now I have the main remote that came with the TV, but there was a second Roku remote that Mama Prey had, so she could keep it with her when she needed to change the channel at night or something. But nephew O'Prey, last week nephew O'Prey needed something to throw, and the ball was locked in the closet, so nephew O'Prey decided to instead play with Mama O'Prey's remote control, and it hit the floor too hard at the wrong angle, and it just the inside of it exploded. It could not be put back together again. All the king's men and all the king's horses and Mama Prey could not get the remote control to work again. So it was dead. And well, for $7, $6.98, shipping included, we got a replacement remote, and it came early. It came a day early. It's supposed to be here today. It came yesterday, and Mama Prey has a working remote control again. So she can change the commercial and change the volume, change the channel, and change the volume now overnight while watching TV. Chrono says, unfortunately. What's unfortunate? Chrono says, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Day. Pizza Power. I forgot all about pizza. Turtle Power, says Chrono. No, it says Hakeem. Pizza Power, says Chronos. Turtle Power, says Hakeem. Jedi Bill says hello to Positive Candor. Kapla, Brother Warrior. Anti-Derivative Jill says, hey, Chronos, I have lots to thank Pickle for, too. And a big ol' shiny, sparkling heart. Yes, LDG has also been spreading the love, spreading the memberships around for Anti-Derivative Jill channel as well. A very, very generous streak from LDG this week. Keely Chow says, I see the kid in the beginning of Infinite Hope on Nina's channel. Carl Albanese says, I like the turtle too. Yeah, the turtle kid, he's okay in my book. I like turtles. I do too, kid. I do too. Jedi Bill says, Kaplat, Anti-Derivative Jill. Kronos has never had turtle soup. Neither have I, Kronos. And I would be fine if I never do. Carl Albanese says, but nothing beats Leroy Jenkins. Hakeem says, Kaplat, Jedi Bill. Kronos says, oh, a bird o' prey tale story. Yeah, kinda. John Gill says, turtles bite and they're not nice about it. My girlfriend got bitten by her parents' pet turtle a bunch of times. How many times would you put yourself in a situation to get bitten by a turtle? Carlo puts the rant emoji out. Kronos says, does Mama Prey have a turtle tail? No, Mama Prey doesn't have a turtle tail. Oh, Prey. Antidote of Jails is Kaplata Jedi Bill. And 54.5 Access Radio says, turtle soup. Wow. I mean, it just doesn't seem right to eat an animal that comes in its own dish. Well, I mean, that's maybe that's why turtles have a hard shell. It was some sort of attempt to create an animal that could be served in its own bowl. Fancy genetic editing. Jedi Bills is a load of melted copper and Last Son of K, and Schwario and Hemorrhoid Hurts. Dax from Behind, says Carlo Albanese. Yeah, those days. Just to name pictures. Back in college, we had LimeWire. It was like Napster, but for all types of files. And I never forget, my friend had his computer running 24/7, and we used to drop all our music files on it. And anybody at the college could copy the music files, and you used to be able to just search through other people's files. So, it was common to leave your to leave LimeWire running, and people would log in and they would just be able to look through your files and just copy the files they wanted by the file name. And so, 99% of the files were MP3 files that people were copying. But, I mean, it was a college campus, and people had all types of files on their computer. So if you saw a bunch of JPEG files, it tended to be pornography. It tended to be porn. And so people would just download files that seemed like they were porn files. And like, I named a file after a particular woman, and I said From Behind, because it was just a picture of this woman from behind. There was nothing sexual about it. But we came back from going out, and we checked the logs to see what were the most downloaded files off of his computer in the last 2 hours. And all of a sudden, this file called Kate from Behind got downloaded 200 times. And let me tell you, that was going to be 200 very disappointed people. Because when you're downloading those sorts of files, you're expecting to see something. And let me tell you, what they were expecting to see was not at all what they got to see. To this day, I crack up about laughing at what those people must have thought they were getting, and to what they actually got. I really hope Kate never knows that ever happened to her. Cronus' turtles that cook themselves. What? Turtles that cook themselves in dishes. Sounds like a time saver. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Don't get bit by a snapping turtle. No, well, snapping turtles are dicks. I hate, no. Definitely no snapping turtles. Hide the remotes. Oh, wow. We jumped. I jumped. Sorry. We're going back. I missed a whole bunch of chat. Oh, no. I didn't miss. Mario says he's just high on caffeine. Carla Albanese says, I've changed stores and now I work 3 to midnight. So life is getting in the way of lives. Oh, I'm sorry, Carlo. Chrono says he sees a koala for some reason. Inside joke. Yeah. Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings, right? Yes, it is Red Bull. Okay. Red Bull gives you wings, not Monster Energy drink. For a minute there, I thought it was something other than Red Bull. I was confused. Chrono says, hey to Mamo Pray, as does Carlo. Chrono says, spam like wine gets better with age. Carlo Albanese says, top shelf on the left. And Deej will be here soon to help. Chrono says, zombies are evil. John Gill says, zombies just want to eat. Monday, says Kronos. Glad I don't have a brain. Some zombies aren't that particular. John Gill says, you should work on not having any flesh either. Kronos says, I can't wait for the commercial holiday to end. And 6 Nephew Opre emojis. No, 5. 5 Nephew Opre emojis. Carlos says, it exploded. Hide the remote, says Kronos. Not Ryan Johnson says, God Emperor Bird Opre 5 couldn't fix the Roku remote. Sounds like he's losing his power. The time for him to be overthrown and make a new God Emperor is now. Long rule, Nephew Opre. Yeah, it did upset me. I couldn't fix the remote. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says hi to everyone and say hi to me. Hi to everyone who said hi to me. Was too busy getting my ass chewed for failing the supervisor's instructions to the T to respond. No worries, Gorilla. You do you, Gorilla. You do what you got to do. Kronos' Bird is going to be in the next Dune movie. No. Gorilla's Random Thought says turtle tastes like chicken. Mom, I'm afraid, doesn't like chicken, so she does not going to like turtle either. And that's good because he hasn't planned on ever trying turtle. Jedi Bill says, and this is my channel too, Berto Prey 5. Hail the king of kindness, the LDG. Absolutely. And this is my channel too. Hail to the king of kindness, LDG. You're saying LDG is the king of kindness? I mean, he's been very generous. I might say he's the king of generosity. I don't know if I'd say he's the king of kindness, but it's possible. It's possible. Carlos says everything tastes like chicken except this chicken tastes funky. John Gale says about the girlfriend's turtle story. Her parents' turtles are giant ones that roam the garden freely. They're the size of dogs. Kronos says turtles that cook themselves in dishes. Sounds like a time saver. Yes, that's where we were. Carlo Albanese says they were just bored of building homes. Blue spots for the win. Kronos says he would still like to try alligator. Carlo Albanese says, I want candy. Kronos says that's a good song. College makes you derpy. JP's is in the house, says he. Carlo says 3 days a picture. 3 days a picture. Kronos is Kurogan porn. JP says the internet is for porn. Carlos says it's a D pic. Bradley Briggs says probably why it started getting called pegging. Probably why it started getting called pegging. Get it? JPEG. Carlos is not the Enterprise D. But no, it was not but. Kronos can't wait for the Enterprise V. Enterprise V. It's going to be quite a ways. Carl Albanese says, remember pegging lets you know you love her. Carlos has got a wide, is that a hole emoji? Jesus Christ. Kronos' download speed was probably really slow. Oh no, it was quite fast. JP says, Vertebrae 5, one thing you never want to do was get the program called Picksucker and connect it to all the news groups back in the day. Yeah. I had quite news groups, user groups, Usenet. My God, still to this day, overlooked. But oh my God, back in the day, I did a report on internet pornography in high school. And I just downloaded pictures from Usenet. And the cover of the report was I censored it, obviously, with black bars, but it was quite the shocking image of a woman tied up. And, it was funny because the teacher was a woman I handed it into. I would not have been able to get away with handing that in to a guy, but being the teacher was a woman, figured what the hell not. Yeah, she quite liked the report. I know because I got an A and not an F. Yeah, I'm afraid that's one report I never showed you. don't know if we even ever met that teacher. It was one of those classes that I didn't have to take. JP says Vertebrae 5. One thing I never wanted to do was get the program. Oh yeah. Chrono says 2400 board. No, when I had Usenet, I was on at least 33.6 K modem. Gorilla says 99% of the files were viruses. No, it really weren't. If you knew what you were doing, first off, if it was a JPEG file, it couldn't be a virus. That's the thing. If you knew what you were doing, if you were downloading an exe, then obviously that's a virus. But if you knew you were downloading a JPEG, it couldn't be a virus. Andrew Jill says, yes, Kronos. Back when I was a teen, my dial-up took an hour to download a 3 megabyte song. Yeah, I didn't even bother downloading songs when they used to take that long. Kronos' bird is going back through time. Bradley Briggs says the reason they're called snapping turtles is because they will snap the end of your fingers off in about 1 millisecond. Kronos says to antidote of Jill, back in the day, I had CDs. John Gill says, I had CDs, but making Lars Ulrich angry was more fun. I don't know what that means. The name, obviously, I can't pronounce. Kronos says, what was that one site where you could cheat and steal music? Napster. Carlo Albanese says, when the CD explodes on the 6th copy. Gorilla says, Monster is Unleash the Beast. Carlo says, Napster for the win. And Kronos says, thanks to Carlo. Remember that other one in Russian? So all the songs were in Russian? No, that was a joke. That was a joke from The Office. Dwight got hit in the head, so he got what were those? What's that? That injury you get when you hit your head too hard? Your brain moves. He had shit. I don't remember what it's called. It's bad. Happens to athletes and shit. Brain, not a hemorrhage. But anyway, so Dwight became nice for an episode. And as a joke, he was telling Pam as a place she could download MP3s for really cheap. But it's a Russian site, so all the songs are in Russian. And then he laughed. And she laughed. And then they shared a moment. What's it called? Concussion. Thank you, JPs. Concussion. Kronos says Metallica made a stink of it. Metallica. Andrew Jill says, Kronos, I had CDs. I would burn them using my e-machine. E-machine. Fancy name for a computer back in the day. Kronos says, I don't know what an e-machine is. It was a particular model of computer. Kronos says, Mama Prey doesn't like chicken. No, Kronos. Mama Prey is not fan of chicken. Boo. Don't you boo Mama Pray. Carlos says, remember the chicken. Carlos says, why? Carlos says, poor chicken. Carlos says, chicken is Mama Pray's kryptonite. Kinda is. Carlos says, chat, wait, time, 30 minutes, and going up. No, it can't be. It can't be 30 minutes behind. I'm 10 minutes behind. Carlos says, the government never came after me using Napster. There was no K. It was just N. Carlos has an imagination. And Carlos says, I hated doing reports and essays for school. Well, it's a good thing, Kronos, that you went to school when you did, and you still had to actually do reports, even though you didn't want to do them. If I was going to school now, I imagine I would be doing ChatGPT reports. If I was going to school 10 years ago, I imagine I would be doing Wikipedia. I would just be reading Wikipedia and rewriting it and saying, yeah, there's my report on literally any topic in the world. When I was a kid, the biggest way to scam and cheat, and I can't imagine, I mean, I was in the gifted class. So it was ridiculous to me that the kids in my class would even attempt such a thing. But I remember, I'm guessing it was the same kid, because more than one teacher yelled at the kid for doing this. But of all the classes, it was the music class. And we had a report to do on, a music figure, like, Mozart or something like that. And one kid, the teacher showed it to the rest of the class. And she was like, listen, if you're going to cheat, you got to do better than this. It wasn't so much that the kid had cheated. It was that the kid had cheated and didn't even attempt to hide it. Okay? All the kid did, like I said, it was a report on, I don't know if it was Mozart or Beethoven, but one of those, famous people. All they did was copy via a copy machine, a Xerox machine, the entry for that person from the fucking encyclopedia that was in the school library, which probably wasn't Encyclopedia Britannica, but let's say it was. So somebody went, they turned to Beethoven, Encyclopedia Britannica. They started it from where the entry began, and they, maybe it went 3 or 4 pages, and they taped them together, or they stapled them together. They physically cut off the part before and after. So it only took up, you didn't have the full page, but all you saw was the entry for Beethoven, and it had clearly it had drawings, like on the sides of the pages, like an encyclopedia would have fancy drawings on the sides of the pages, and it had page numbers, and the page number was like 156. It wasn't like 2. So it wasn't page 2, 3, 4. It was page like 156, 157, 158, 159. And it had fancy, markings inside the page. It was in 2 columns. It had fucking graphics back in a time when nobody had graphics like that. It was very clearly a fucking photocopy of a book and not at all something printed. And the teacher was just so pissed. So fucking pissed. Not that so much that they cheated, but that they cheated with such little regard, as if the teacher wasn't going to notice. Would have to be the fucking stupidest idiot in the world to not notice what was going on. Like, I get it. If you're going to cheat, then cheat. But you better put some effort into cheating. If you want to just cheat and think I'm not gonna notice that you just fucking photocopied the goddamn encyclopedia, yeah, that's too much. So Kronos, I hope you did better reports than that. Carlo Albanese says, damn it, who's the F is using the phone? I had my 3 years and 7 months left for that photo of. Damn it, who the F is using the phone? I had 3 years and 7 months left for that photo of. Kronos says, porn reports, yeah. No, I wasn't being sexist. I was just, I don't know. I was like, when the hell else am I going to do a report on porn? I guess really pretty much any time I could have done it in college too. But for high school, it just seemed fun. Kronos says, you got an A, huh? Carlos says, Bird got F. Well, I assume I got an A because I pretty much just got an A in everything. If it wasn't art class, and if it wasn't foreign language, if it wasn't art or foreign language, I pretty much got an A. Kronos says, I would rather get a C. JP's, it's better than getting the D. Low Specs Linux laptop is in the house. Welcome, Low Specs. Carlos says, as long as it's a D and not a D. Kronos says, wow, X's. That takes me back. A member from Metallica, the drummer, Lars. Carlo Albanese says, how many fingers does it take to learn to leave the turtle alone? Let me count. Oh, wait. Damn. Kronos says, don't get your bell. Don't get your betwit things. Don't get you, it's, I don't know what you're talking to say. And JP's with the concussion. John Gill says that would be a concussion. By the way, by the time you read this, you'll already have forgotten why I said it. No, I know I asked people what did that brain injury thing. I forgot what it was called. Bradley Briggs is one more finger, then you know you'll have, that's for sure. Turtles are jerks, says Kronos. JP's is the best place for downloading music was not Napster or BearShare, it was IRC. JP's 99% of people had no idea what IRC was, and they probably still don't. Kronos says, wow, Bird, you never heard any or hear of the band Metallica. I know what Metallica was. I don't know any of the people in Metallica, but I've heard of the band Metallica. Not a contusion, a concussion. Low specs Linux laptops as e-machines were cheap. Yeah, they were cheap, but I think they were on par with Gateway. It was Gateway 2000, and their boxes looked like fucking cows. Kronos has never heard of BearShare. Oh yeah, I heard of BearShare. JP says e-machines were basically an HP Dell clone. I would say that's fair. Kronos says one could have simply said HP or Dell. Hakeem says, when I was in high school, I would pay a friendo to put 50 MP3s on one CD. Well, Hakeem, if they were really your friend, they would have done that for free. Kronos' PCs are IBM clones. Correct, yes. Kronos' Bird Kid O'Prey. Bird Kid O'Prey? JP says, I used to sell pirated CDs and movies on the side where I worked. Jedi Bill says, nowadays you can't have AI do your homework for you. Yeah, that's the problem. Kronos says, Jay is a cheater. Lol. Gorilla says, our school had a program that they scan a paper and it checked if it was on the internet somewhere. Yeah, I don't believe it, Gorilla. I know they claimed, my college claimed they had that too. I never turned in a paper like that, but from what I could tell from other people who searched the internet and used it, it was all bullshit. I think it was just there to scare the kids. Remember, you don't have to prove it. You just have to make people think you can do it. And frankly, if you didn't know how computers worked, it was much easier to make people think you could do that. Kronos is Bird's professor cheating class. I just say, I did a legit paper. We had to do, I like taking, as an engineer, we generally didn't take public speaking courses. For whatever reason, most engineers hated public speaking. On the other hand, I loved public speaking. I would have taken all the public speaking courses I could have, but you can only take so many. So as soon as I could, I got in public speaking 1 and public speaking 2. And in public speaking 1, you had to do 3 speeches throughout the semester. Okay. My very first speech for that class was on Klingon weapons. So it was you had to bring in, the first speech was when you had to bring in samples. So you had to bring in whatever you were talking about. So I did it on Klingon weapons, and I brought in my Batleth, my Mek'leth, and whatever, I forget the name of the knife. But this was okay, this was understand, this was pre 9/11. This was pre 9/11 college campus. It was perfectly okay for, a suburban white guy to be walking around his college with a Batleth, a Mek'leth, and the fucking knife that you push up and the fucking daggers pop out the side. It was cool. It was cool. So I went to my college to the classroom with all these weapons on me, and I got to show them in front of the class. And so I did a college speech on the Batleth, the Mek'leth, and the Fuckleth, whatever. And it was cool. I got an A. I mean, granted, I guess you wouldn't want to anger me and give me a bad grade when I got a fucking Batleth to your fucking face, but I didn't even think of it that way. All was well. That was a great A speech. Then the second speech was you had to teach somebody something. So I did it on I taught people how bad what is it called? When you steal something in school. Fuck. When you pass something off as your own. Come on, JPs. What am I thinking of? You if you put your name on somebody else's paper, and you hand it in, plagiarize. Thank you, LDG. Plagiarism. Yes, I did it on plagiarism, about how not to plagiarize, about how bad plagiarism is, and so that was my second of 3 speeches, and again I got an A. And then the third speech was, and I don't know why this was all different than any of the others, but the third speech was an educational speech. You had to educate people on something. And so I went with lightning, different types of lightning. And it was cloud to cloud, cloud to ground. And then for the third one, ball lightning. And that was the really most interesting thing. And not only did I get an A on that, they tried to get me to go to a speech competition. They wanted me to go to a state competition to give the lightning speech, compete for the school. But I was an engineer, and I wanted to say I was too busy. I'm sorry. I'm only here, I'm not here to compete for the fucking speech team. I'm just an engineer here to work on my public speaking skills. And so I told them I thanked them, but said no, I really didn't have the time to dedicate the public speaking. And, you know, I really feel like that was probably one of the mistakes I probably made in my life. I had a talent. I had a talent for public speaking, and God knows what might have been different had I followed that. But I really just wanted to kind of rub it in their face that, oh no, I'm an engineer. I don't have time. I don't have time to go around for giving fucking speeches about fucking ball lightning. And now, joke's on me. Who knows? Who knows what might have gone different had I done things a little different. But I don't know. What was that? Why did I bring up speeches? I don't even remember. Yeah, I don't know, Mama Pray. Jedi Bill says nowadays you can have AI do your homework for you. Bird's professor cheating class. Well, okay, so anyway, the second speech was on plagiarism. So I did my speech on plagiarism. Perfect, fine, got 100. Now, being I was in a fraternity, we had this file cabinet. And in the file cabinet, we used to file our reports from our non-engineering classes. Okay, we don't do it for engineering, but for non-engineering classes, well, okay, there were engineering classes too, but mostly for the non-engineering classes. So that brothers who came later could look at the work we did and just have some idea, you know, what they needed to do in those classes should they take them. Well, some brothers put in more work than others. And let's just say, after I took and got the A on the speeches, one brother decided, oh, well, Joe already did all this work. He doesn't have to do all this work over again. And so, okay, Mom. So he just decided to hand in verbatim the speech I did on plagiarism and about how, you know, how terrible plagiarism is and how it could get you kicked out of school. And you know what? Nobody ever came down on him. Nobody ever found out about it. He completely plagiarized my speech on plagiarism, and 0 fucks were given. He got his A just as surely as I got mine. Nobody gave a shit. So, joke on him or joke on me? I don't know. I don't know. JP's is the best part was we had 2 CD duplicator machines and a DVD duplicator. Yeah, I had, once I was at work, we had duplicators. That's why I used to make them CDs and DVDs, you know, 50 at a time. Bradley Briggs is not long. The AI will be teaching the class, and all the students will be AI programs, as will cause kids these days just crazy enough to do that. Kronos is Bird's professor cheating class. Jedi Bill says, why not? AI is writing all the new movies and TV shows. Kronos is Professor Bird. And Kronos says, I didn't like the movie AI. Stan Lee says, draw earrings. Draw earrings. Kronos says, hey to Stan. Stan Lee says, hello, my name is Simon. I like to do drawing. JP says, sounds like the shit I would pull in school. Kronos is cheater. Kronos says, I actually had to work for it. Son of a bitch. JP says, nope, not cheating. I would argue the point of what's the damn point? Teach me something I'm going to use in real life. Something you're going to use in real life. Stanley says, I once made a word find puzzle for a class as part of an assignment. After the words were circled with the leftover letters spelled something like, the teacher is a dick. Stanley got in trouble. Kronos says, I graduated. The most trouble I got in school was in, well, I call it junior high school. Technically, it was intermediary school. It was 6th grade, I guess. We had, and this is when this school was a school that had the television studio in the basement. And so we had a class about a class where we got to use video cameras and take, you know, these days you would do it with your phone, but back in the day, you know, very few people had full-size VHS video cameras, and so it was like it was a media. We were doing this under like media relations or something. Anyway, we had to talk to a camera, and so we were supposed to write a script. But what the fuck? Nobody liked writing a script. So, you know, we didn't have a script. The teacher knew we didn't have a script, but we were supposed to. And I got on camera, and it was just as a joke. And I was going to say, the teacher sucks. So I said, so-and-so sucks. And before I could say, just kidding, he was so angry. My God, this was completely out of left field. And this was a big guy. Okay, I was 6'4". Maybe I was 6'3" or 6'2" yet. Maybe I hadn't quite got to 6'4", but this guy was bigger than me. He was probably 6'8" and heavier, and he was fucking angry looking. Let me tell you. I said, Mr. whatever the fuck his name was. I was like, he sucks. And all of a sudden, before I could laugh or I could smile or I could crack a joke, he's like, that's a video referral. Back in the day, referral meant like, shit, you're never gonna go to college. I mean, they tried to make it seem like if you had a referral on your record, You're never going to go to college. You might as well just drop out of school and fucking start cooking burgers because your life was over. Okay, there were I forget what the there were two things that you could have on your record. There's basically what was, say, a misdemeanor. Now, I don't know, it certainly wasn't called a misdemeanor, but it was something that basically nobody gave a shit about. And if you got two of those, then like they call your parents. Okay. But a referral was like a fucking felony. If you got a referral, it was like you're already going in front of the principal and you might end up getting suspended from school. But the referral absolutely is on your record. There's no chance of it getting off your record. You were just totally fucked. So he said, video referral. And I was like, oh my God. I was scared as shit. Luckily, I forgot that as the son of the president of the PTA, aka Mamo Pray, I kind of had had some advantages that not everybody had, and I tried to explain to him. In fact, after a while, he accepted the fact that like, why would I say that? I was like, obviously I didn't mean that. I didn't mean, why would I say that? Why would I mean that on camera? Clearly, I didn't mean to say it that way. I was like, well, where's the script? Like, nobody does the fucking script. Nobody does the script. He said, well, he just tried to play it off as to, this is why you need to have a script. Because if there was a script, then he could have confirmed that I obviously didn't mean it. So, I guess he kind of did. He kind of did teach me a lesson in the long run. But, yeah, scared the shit out of me. JP's graduated with 2 diplomas. So blah. Crow says 1 is fine with him. Crow says Stanley, Big Trouble in Little China. Crow says if you took your iPad off, Bird, you could see the screen. JP says 1 was the high school diploma and the other was a 1-year equivalency in the apprenticeship for being a machinist. Cool. Crow says cool, Jay. Friendo sounds like a movie, says Kronos. Kronos says Bird of Prey 5 is Uncle Paulie, still an assassin. Uncle Paulie is not an assassin. Uncle Paulie is more like a handyman. He helps you with any problem you have. Carlos says, shh, he retired. Carlos says, we would like to think so. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says they did pause. I got caught slightly recording my paper, and she cited the website I copied and pasted. Carlos says most engineers are never noticed. Speech opera. Chrono says he would like us to think that he is. JP says Gorilla, and what year was that? Chrono says Bird has a bird left. Bradley Briggs says my teachers were not a fan of me at all. I'd show up once a week and still pass every test they gave. I'd often spend half the class arguing with the teachers about why they teach. Yeah, there were some teachers like that. Other teachers, they were very fine. If you could pass their tests, they were happy not to see you. You had to just figure out which teacher you had. Carlos says, I did fencing for a short while. Carlos says, I would like lightsabers. Well, that is plagiarize. We are way behind. Tim Christ says, Bird of Prey 5, did you buy your college class with Klingon weapons to get your A? No, I didn't buy them anything. And I'm going to tell you, the other people in that class, they were not fans. They were not Star Trek fans. They were normies. They were total normies. They couldn't get what the fuck I was doing with these batleths. Tim Chris says, I hope you split watermelons like Gallagher. No, that would have been nice. I'm sure that would have got me an A. Chrono says, okay, like Biden all his life. Plagiarism, yes. Plagiarism, thank you. Now 45-minute wait time, says Carlo. Uh-oh. Says that ball lightning is the best. It was. It was. Everybody liked the ball lightning part. Ball lightning is insane, says Bradley. Tim Chris says, if there was ever a cute blonde on that speech team, I bet Bird was all ready to talk about the ball lightning. Carlos's question, how do you cook crabs? I don't. Yeah, says JP, I don't. Kronos says, boil them, steam them. Tim Chris says he rubbed his lightning balls in their face. Kronos says, not my balls. Carlos has so many balls lighting around. Carlos says, Bird never forgets, or something. Kronos says, Bird got hazed. No, hazing is illegal. Tim Chris says, Bird brought his balls to those non-engineering classes. Kronos says, paddle open. Cheater. You know what, Kronos? You don't have to yell, call me a cheater on Twitter all the time. Tim Chris says, balls lighting doesn't work with a condom. Balls lightning doesn't work. Actually, ball lightning would go right through any barrier. Bradley Briggs says, that's ironic as F, plagiarizing a speech on plagiarism. Exactly. Kronos says, rubber is a non-conductor. Ball lightning doesn't give a fuck. Kronos says, it's ironic, don't you think? It was ironic. John Gill says, hey to Tim. Kronos says, hey to Pop. Oh, Pop Culture Curator is here. Hey, Pop. Pop Culture Curator says, Kapla, Bird of Prey, Kapla, Pop Culture Curator. Kronos says, is this real life? I believe so. Pop Culture Curator is doing good, thanks. JP says, no, it's fantasy. Kronos says, 6th was called elementary school for me. Well, let's see. Elementary school used to go to 6th. Then junior high was 7th, 8th, and 9th. But then they did elementary school to 5th. Then they did intermediary school 6th, 7th, 8th. And then 9th through 12th was high school. JP says kindergarten through 5 was elementary, 6 through 8 was junior high, and 9 through 12 was high school here. Yeah, that was what it was here the year I started. But it used to be It used to be 7th, 8th, 9th, or 7 and 8th was junior high, and 9th through 12th was high school. But the first year, my class, the 5th grade and the 6th grade both started intermediary school instead of junior high. Jedi Bill says Kaplat Arabic. Frono says, I had some good teachers. I had some really sucky teachers. Absolutely. Frono says, you should remember that teacher's name, Bird. I remember Berries, the bad ones. Oh, I remember all my teachers' names, but I don't. Okay. I remember I remember my elementary school and my junior high school teachers. Quite a few of my college professors, I don't remember their names. Yeah, colleges never cared about shit in high school. Yeah, it's so much. Colleges never cared about the shit you did in high school or junior high school for sure. And your job never cared about the shit you did in college. Like you got an A+ or a C+ in your college, nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave a shit. Kronos doesn't care about his records. All they cared about was you did pay your tuition. Demerits. Yes, a demerit. Thank you, Gorilla. Right, you got a demerit. You get 2 demerits without being a big deal. But a referral, that was a problem. Kronos says, Mamo Prey cheated. No, she didn't cheat. You were president of the PTA.
Yeah.
So,
Elementary school, junior high, and high school.
I'm president of PTA, elementary, junior high, and high school. Quite proud of it. Bradley Briggs says, I got like a billion referrals from carrying my pocket knife and refusing not to carry. I used to carry a fucking pocket knife in a New York City public school. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave a shit in pre-9/11. Uncle Paulie is a problem solver. Got it. That's it. He's a problem solver. Kronos says some teachers I had were very close to retiring and therefore assholes. Kronos says, Cabin Film Nerd, hey again, how you been doing? Kronos says cheating is also illegal. I don't know about illegal. Cabin Film Nerd says Kronos better, but should be better later. Kronos says, Bird 5, if you want me to stop on Twitter, I'll stop. I'm just saying you might wanna you could slow it down. Kronos says, I had a junior, senior, high 7 through 12, and he can't remember his teachers' names. Kronos says, no tales o' prey about being in the PTA with Mamo Prey. Oh, I'm sure Mamo Prey has PTA tales. But not tonight, Kronos. JP says, hell, in high school, I got expelled and my parents had to go before the school board. Jesus, JP's, what'd you do? Cody guy's in the house. Hey, Cody. And Crow says, wow, Jay was naughty. Yeah, it certainly seems like he was. Okay. Okay, good. Well, with that, let's go ahead and head to the November holidays. For November 27th, it is, of course, Cyber Monday, National Bavarian Cream Pie Day, National Brand Day, National Craft Jerky Day. Remember, Sassy does not forgive or forget people who give away her jerky. And also Turtle Adoption Day. Typically bought without notions of the care involved, Turtle Adoption Day sets that right. Now, Turtle Adoption Day. Turtle Adoption Day is observed every November 27th. It's a day of action for protection of endangered reptiles, most especially the well-being of turtles. There are a few reasons turtles can be adopted. Turtles live for a very long time, and often people find them hard work. Some turtles are the innocent victims of divorce, death, owners relocating, etc. Having a turtle as a pet is a long-term commitment because they live for a long time. Their upkeep is also costly, so finding out as much as possible on Turtle Adoption Day is important. And let me tell you, here's the thing about turtles. I read the fucking saddest story on a missing pet I'd ever seen on Nextdoor. Nextdoor, back before May 22nd, May 18th, 2022. This local neighbor had been trying to find her missing turtle. And she says, please, let's get Strawberry home. Still missing. I have been going out on my days off 3 to 4 times and on work days 2 times to Brown Park. I have left flyers in mailboxes and spoke to some extremely kind neighbors. If everyone could check their backyards, under pools, bricks, etc., early a.m. and after dusk, and keep a lookout in Brown Park, we can finally bring Strawberry Turtle home. Hanging up flyers around the park does not work since they get torn down. These flyers take time and money, and he is traveling in yards and in the park. I have one super neighbor who walks with me and goes out on her own. Strawberry needs to come home for his own good, diet and medical. We cannot take the stress of him being alone, him being gone. He is a 30-year family member. 30 years. Someone left his outdoor door open last July, and he wandered. Please, neighbors, help him and us. Reward for his return. He is not a slider like the ones at the pond that were pets left there. He is a land turtle, box turtle. He would go to the water's edge to drink and may go in very shallow. He has a brown dome-shaped shell with yellow, and his skin is brown with yellow. Call or text. I have faith in my kind neighbors and those who visit the park. And there's this turtle is over 30 years old. And this person have been looking for them for over a year at this point. This person kept posting for another year. Still searching. Please help me fix my broken heart. Strawberry is a rescue from 30 years ago. He got out due to someone else's negligence. He has special needs. He is in Brown Park or surrounding house yards. Someone had found him and left him in the park. Cash reward. Call or text. Send him home to his family and familiar surroundings. So what happened, someone found him, but didn't know he was lost. They thought he was a lost turtle. They kept him for a day, and then they went and they put him in a park because they thought that's where he'd be safest. But once he was there, he couldn't be found. $1,000 cash reward, still missing. Please keep a lookout in all parks, such as Brown, Casino, Oakland Lake, Cochrane, Alley Pond, Forest, etc. If you have him, please send him home. Strawberry is 43 years old. That was a year ago. This turtle is a year younger than me. This turtle is a year younger than me. And his family was looking for him. Family member had come over and left the door open on July 15th, 2021, and he got out. A man found him and left him in Brown Park, in or out of the box, in this photo. He took this photo. No questions asked for his return. Please call or text. Oh my God. Terrible for this person. I still check on it. They still post. They still post. They post for other people's missing animals. But this was last year. Dear Strawberry, Mommy has not forgotten you. The pain of my broken heart is as if it were yesterday. Life is not the same without you. Rescuing you and having you as a family member for 30 years is a very special and heartfelt. Out of someone else's carelessness, not ours, you wandered off. The man that found you and left you in Brown Park on July 15, 2021, left me no chance of finding you. There are a few that do not like me to continue posting because they don't understand the faith and the determination of a broken heart. There are many who help search for you. None have forgotten you and still check with me. If they think they or someone have found you, I think about you without your favorite care, time, foods, favorite surrounding, and medical care. There are so many years of memories and your personality. Mommy has spent so much time walking, posting, hanging up signs, emails, calls, lost animal websites, social media, animal communicators, and money. I still wait for that call or text that a good-hearted soul will bring you back home. Please. I feel awful for this person. And that's poor Strawberry. Poor Strawberry the turtle. So that is Turtle Day. And so today being Turtle Day, that's what I think of. 40 fucking 3. And that was a year. So 44 years old now. JP's, he tried to make a receiver for something on the CNC. Carlos says, wow, Bird cheated hours of chatting. Cheated. Stanley says, was in the library with friends. Someone said something about birds. So I said birdle and flipped the bird to nobody. Wait, what? Was in the library with friends. Someone said something about birds. So I said birdie and flipped the bird to nobody. Stanley says, teacher saw it and thought it was meant for them. Oh, I got you. Chrono says, turtle soup adoption. No, not turtle soup adoption. Stanley says, craft jerky is that's what's done by hand and not using the machinery. Daniel's hot topics. Hey, Daniel. Says, hello, Bird, total adoption day. Never heard of it. Now you have. Bradley Briggs says, why does the photo use jerky look like a pile of turds? Stanley says, no, old school, no fleshlight. No lube. DJ Play Nice says, gotta roll. And all of y'all be safe, have fun, take care of your crew, and rock. Take care, DJ Play Nice. Stanley says, it's a crutch. Stanley says, gotta be able to go dry only using the. No. Bradley Briggs says, turtle will outlive you and have to make plans for that. Yeah. If you buy a turtle, you have to make plans for the turtle after you die. That's just fucking weird. JP's is turtles and them talking birds live for like forever. Daniel says, yeah, turtles live to 200 or more. And some sea turtles live to 430. Stan Lee says all his pet turtles died young. Chrono says sea turtles are cool. Stanley's her turtle ran away. Lol. It's not running. It's not funny. Does Strawberry have a katana? Stanley says that cocky rabbit next door probably challenged him to a race. Oh, God. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says, Kapla Bird. I celebrated National Turtle Day in New Orleans with a big bowl of delicious turtle soup. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Stanley says they finally found it at the end of the driveway. Stanley says a special needs turtle. Yes, it was a bit slow. Okay. Kronos is betting on the tortoise. Bradley Briggs says you could meme the F out of this turtle with the meme used about animals leaving the second you leave a door open. Kronos says, with all due respect, how can you lose a turtle? Ms. Lundell says that turtle is out there having one hell of a time with other turtles. I bet. Gorilla says, sounds like now they are posting for attention. I don't think so. Where are we? Kronos says play nice. Here's Hot Topics. Says hello to Kronos. J and P says turtles and then birds. Yeah. Kronos says I forgot about the C ones. Stanley says Kronos right. I turned around for just a second and it was gone. Daniel's Hot Topics is 44 years old. Wow, that is older than me. Kronos says, I'm an elder to that turtle. Does that make me a ninja master? Sure it does. Hakeem says, one of my first pets was a snake neck turtle. He had it for 10 years. I was so sad when it died. Let's go to Dear Bop. We got 2 Dear Bops. Hey Joe, Sis O'Prey here. As usual, this is the only way to get your attention while you're not talking online with your numbnut friends. You're playing your Vienna sausage and dreaming about your cuddle buddy. But anyway, I'm giving you plenty of time to get this, Charlie, to get Charlie his Christmas gift for this year. He has been asking for this Lego for weeks, and he wants his uncle to get it for him. Don't be complaining about the cost, as I saw your latest YouTube deposit statement, and it's well above $100K for the month. Here is the link for the Lego Charlie really, really, really wants this year. If you get it for him, I'll consider appearing in another towel video to help out your poor buddy Deej. Make it so, sis. Yeah, No, thank you. What the? Venture class Republic attack cruiser, $649 fucking dollars. Yeah, no. Holy shit. Oh my God. That is one fucking giant Lego set. This is what kills me. Imagine if Star Trek had the license. I guess I'm happy. I'm happy because if I had to spend $650 on a Star Trek Lego, I don't have room to build. I'd be killing myself. At least Star Wars, I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit. But interesting. Hey Joe, Sis O'Prey again. Guy said he would take another large Lego set if you can't afford the Star Wars one. Please get him this one so he can build it at Christmas and show you how good of a builder he is, and hush up about the cost. I saw that new groin warmer you bought. I know how expensive. Lego, Lower Manhattan. It's terrible. Yeah. $5,000. $4,595. No. No name. Mock means it's an original creation. It's not a Lego. It's not an official Lego creation. Daniel likes strawberries. Crow says, cheers to all the numbnuts here. That's a cool ship. Bradley Briggs says, I've seen a video of a guy dropping something like that. It shattered like glass. The dude looked like he was going to cry. Hakeem says, I'm not going to pay that much for a Lego. It better come fully assembled. Crow says, I could buy a new computer for that. Crow says, just play City Skyline. You gotta hope you could buy a couple of computers for that amount. Okay. Well, I feel like I've been talking nonstop for 2 hours, and basically I have been. So, with that, guys, we're going to call it a day. Thank you for hanging out with me. It is Monday. We'll see how the week goes. And, thanks for hanging out. Nothing big planned this week. Nothing particularly special. I'll be around when I can. Kapla all. Bird out. Well, and head on over to LDG's underground, freethenet.org. freethenet.org/underground. And yeah, check in over there when you can. Okay.